Hi there. Welcome to my channel. John here from Romania. I like to talk about make money online and online entrepreneur. Please feel free to look around the channel and consider subscribing with the bell notification on. You use YouTube all the time, you watch recordings, you will leave remarks and you may even transfer your own recordings. Yet, why there's a method to continue viewing distinctive YouTube recordings to have 0 supporters, 0 perspectives, and 0 recordings and still make good measure of cash. All things considered, that is actually what you will realize today. I will give you how individuals are making in a real sense over $100,000 every year with this technique, which by the way requires no selling, no partner advertising, and you don't need to show your face. So anybody more than 14 years old can do it. Is nevertheless, I simply need to caution you before we start, utilize this at your own danger. Don't over maltreatment this framework. Results are not ordinary. Utilize carefully all the cash you make from this. So just before I give you how these folks, how clients on this site are making over $100,000 every year, I need to clarify you bit by bit how you can do this. I will show you precisely how in a real sense anybody can set this up. So it doesn't make a difference. In case you're totally new to the online business. Regardless of whether this is your first day on the web, you can in any case follow the details from this video and set it up for yourself. Furthermore, I'm demonstrating why and how you're really being paid every moment on this site. In a real sense, for every 60 seconds I'm demonstrating how the framework really functions. In any case, your initial step is to approach YouTube. So we should begin with the initial step, approach YouTube. Also, there you need to serve. Furthermore, coincidentally, don't stress, we won't post any recordings on YouTube. As I stated, you will figure out how to transfer any video on YouTube. This requires no selling, so you won't sell any items, no associate showcasing, and you won't need to show your face. So none of that is important to make this methodology and to make this technique work. So your initial step is to simply approach Google, approach YouTube. Also, you need to look for changed recordings, for various self-improvement recordings, personal growth recordings with us that can show you something, instructional exercises. So it very well may be, for instance, for this occurrence, that will be the way to help your certainty, or how to figure out how to play chess, or how to learn Spanish, or how to get lean ABS, or in a real sense anything you can consider. You need to discover recordings that will take care of you, something you need to figure out how to use, from which you can get some information, from which you can get the hang of something, and now you need to look for those recordings. So for instance, I will be looking for the watchword Facebook ads tutorial. What's more, this will give me a heap of various recordings showing me precisely how I can do that. So sort of like small seminars on how I can support certainty. What's more's, everything totally free. Some of them have like great many perspectives, which means they're ridiculously helpful and individuals are cherishing them. So once you look for that watchword and once you look for that personal development video, you will open up one of those. I will for instance utilize this one, Facebook ads for beginner, sure advanced. Number 2, once you open up one of those recordings is to watch the whole video and receive the most information in return as you can. So indeed, I need you to watch the YouTube video. Watch the YouTube video and take as much information as possible, like the one you're observing at this moment. I need you to go there and locate another personal development video or video that will encourage you something, and I need you to take in something from that video. Furthermore, trust me, it's going to pay off. So I realize this isn't simply cool or whatever. Yet, I need you to go out there and pick up something on YouTube on the grounds that will in a few minutes bring in your genuine cash. Also, as you saw, individuals are in a real sense making a $100,000 every year as complete apprentices on the site, which I'm going to impart to you indeed in a few minutes. So your initial steps indeed to trick over to YouTube, look for changed recordings that will assist you with accomplishing something, and open up one of those recordings. Watch the 5 to 10 minutes in length video and learn and take as much information as possible. You can even compose notes while viewing the video, yet take out as much data as possible from that basic video. Presently I surmise you're asking why really instructed you to take in something from a YouTube video. All things considered, in light of the fact that you would then be able to take that information and reproduce it into your own smaller than expected course that will make you a large number of dollars in, no, you needn't bother with a camera. Furthermore, no, you don't have to show your face, since take a gander at this. The majority of these recordings from this site are simply screen share recordings and simply a voiceover and 2 to 3 minutes in length recordings. What's more, this is a genuine case of an individual that makes a huge number of dollars every month from this site, and the site name is Skillshare.com. I surmise you have likely caught wind of it previously. Be that as it may, fundamentally it's where you can learn or show others, in a real sense, any kind of abilities you can consider. However, the thing with Skillshare is that a large portion of these things, the majority of the things that you talk about in those classes, can be learned on YouTube for totally free. So's the reason I'm advising you to go out there on YouTube, take in something from like a 5 to 10 minutes in length video, something which you can in a real sense learn into a scaled down course, and afterward post it on Skillshare. Also, you don't need to sell it and not need to advance it. You needn't bother with crowd, you needn't bother with devotees, in light of the fact that once you post it on Skillshare will advance it for you for totally free. What's more, Skillshare individuals will watch your class, and when they watch your class, for consistently they watch, you will get paid. Also, on the off chance that you head toward Google and you look for how much cash Skillshare educators make, you'll have the option to see that overall, a portion of the top instructors make up to $10,000 every month. However, what I've seen, and you can do that also, you can look in YouTube and find various individuals there sharing their profit. Some of them are in a real sense making over $300,000 per year, which is extremely crazy for this, since you don't have to have a specific ability so as to turn into an educator on Skillshare. You in a real sense can simply head toward YouTube, look for changed personal growth recordings, watch them, learn phony as much information as possible, and transform that into real courses, into genuine smaller than usual classes on Skillshare. And afterwards Skillshare will accomplish all the work for you. Since, as should be obvious, these recordings did this individual isn't in any event indicating their face, it's simply a screen share video, and she talks over the video. It resembles an introduction and she's getting by from this and this isn't the main model. There are a large number of individuals that are doing precisely the same thing. So as to begin, I need you to simply approach Skillshare.com and click on Begin for free. So you can pursue a superior record. You will either interface it with your Facebook, Google, or simply proceed with Apple, or simply join utilizing email. You will at that point pursue a totally free preliminary, which is presumably going to be a 7 days free preliminary. Also, don't stress, you don't need to pay anything for an exceptional arrangement, you simply need to pursue a free preliminary. And afterward, when like 5 or 6 days terminate, you can simply drop your membership. You don't need to pay as an understudy, since it's totally allowed to turn into an instructor, to turn into an educator on Skillshare. Also, when you pursue that free preliminary, you will have the option to go to Skillshare and watch any of the courses, any of the classes on here, whatever you can consider. So for instance, I can peruse, possibly film and video, I can tap on that. Also, I can observe how others are making their classes. So you will know precisely what you have to do and precisely what works for Skillshare. Yet, it's pretty straightforward stuff and you don't should be a specialist. In case you're not alright with being before a camera, try not to stress, you don't need to show your face in case you're not a specialist. In case you're a finished learner, don't stress, since you can take recordings from YouTube and reproduce them into your own Skillshare classes, and the more classes you post and Skillshare, the more individuals will watch your classes, the more individuals will watch your recordings. Furthermore, as you said you were being paid every moment or so, you're being paid each and every moment. So after some time, that will become like a snowball impact. What's more, that is the reason income and Skillshare can be tremendous. With the goal, that's the way you can transform an aptitude share into a productive online business. Also, that is the way you can begin bringing in some genuine cash online for totally free. Presently, if this procedure was somewhat excessively convoluted, or you just would prefer not to do this and you need to perceive what I for one do to bring in enormous cash online, what I do to get by online to make an outrageously decent living on the web, at that point unquestionably consider tapping on the primary connection in the depiction down underneath. What's more, I will impart it to you my own procedure and my own framework to bring in cash on the web. It's about YouTube, however you don't need to turn into a YouTuber, you don't need to show your face, you don't need to film your recordings. It's not about partner advertising, you don't need to sell any items. It's not about Skillshare and you don't need to be adapted. So it's not about Google AdSense. It's not about accumulations or whatever. It's a genuine exceptional strategy to bring in cash on YouTube, and it works like insane. Like more than 1,000 individuals join that framework and join my group, and they're presently getting a charge out of some pleasant little stream profit. So before the offer lapses and before I eliminate it, remember to tap the principal interface in the depiction down beneath. Make a move and adapt in a real sense the most ideal approach to bring in cash on the web. A debt of gratitude is in order for viewing, and I will see you in a portion of the following recordings. John from Romania. I wish you all the best.